Hello friends, welcome to C Programming video tutorials series. From the past few video tutorials, we are trying to understand arrays in C. We understood that an array is a group of homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous means similar type of. An array is a collection of similar type of data elements. That is, if we create an array of type integer, inside that array we can store only integer values. If we create a character type of array, inside that array we can store only character type of values, guys. We also know that each element in an array is going to have an index or a subscript. Hence, sometimes arrays are also called as indexed variables or subscripted variables. Note, arrays follow zero-based indexing. That is, first element in the array is going to have the index 0, guys. Next, we understood classification of arrays in C. We know that arrays are mainly classified into two types. They are one-dimensional array and multi-dimensional arrays. Multi-dimensional arrays are again classified into two-dimensional, three-dimensional and so on n-dimensional arrays. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss one-dimensional arrays in C. What is one-dimensional array? While accessing each element in an array, if it requires only one index or one subscript, such an array is called one-dimensional array. While accessing each element in an array, if it requires only one index or one subscript, such an array is called one-dimensional array, guys. Let's understand how do we declare a one-dimensional array or how do we create a one-dimensional array in C. The syntax is we write the data type, then we say space, then we write the array name. In pair of square brackets, we write the size of the array, guys, where data type indicates what type of values an array can hold and size indicates how many elements or how many values an array can hold, guys. For example, int space numbers of 5 semicolon indicates numbers is an array which can hold 5 integer values. Numbers is an array which can hold 5 integer values. Let me go to code block and create this numbers array. I minimize the word. I double click on code blocks icon to launch the code blocks IDE. You can see that code blocks IDE is launched. I am going to create one new project. I say file, new, project. I select here projects, say console application, say go. Then I say next. I select C language, I say next. Then I give the project name one-dimensional array demo. I say next, say finish. You can see that one-dimensional array demo project is created. I click on the plus sign, I double click on main.c to open. You can see that main.c file is open. I am going to delete this line of code which is not necessary. I delete this line of code which is not necessary. Here I am going to create the integer type array called as numbers. I say here 5 semicolon. We should understand what happens when this line of code is executed. Computer goes to its memory. It allocates a memory block which contains 5 memory locations, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Each memory location is going to have the index. We know that arrays follow zero-based indexing. So, first memory location is going to have the index 0. Next memory location is going to have the index 1. Next memory location is going to have the index 2. Next memory location is going to have the index 3. Next memory location is going to have the index 4. 0 to 4, total 5 memory locations or 5 elements, guys. And each memory location is going to have some address. Let's assume first memory location has the address #1. We know that integers are going to allocate 4 bytes of memory location. So next memory location address will be #5 because 1 plus 4 is 5. Next memory location address will be #9. Next memory location address will be #13. Next memory location address will be #17. And each memory location is going to have by default some garbage integer value. There will be some garbage integer value, guys. So that's our numbers array, and numbers is going to point to the first memory location in the array, guys. Numbers is going to point to the first element in the array. That you should remember. Let's proceed further and get more information. With respect to one-dimensional array, array name is implicitly a pointer to the first element in the array, guys. That is, array name returns address of the first element in the array. I go to code block. If I say here printf, in double quotations I say %d \n, comma, I just write here our array name, that is numbers. So what is numbers? Numbers is our array name. And what is array name? Array name is implicitly a pointer to the first element in the array. If I say numbers, it returns address of the first element in our numbers array, guys. If I go to code block and say build and run, we get the output saying 22,93,516. What we are getting here? 22,93,516, which is the actual address, of the first element in the array, guys. 22,93,516 is the actual address of the first element in the array. That is numbers of 0, guys. If I go to code block and say here printf, in double quotations %d \n, comma, display the address of numbers of 0. Now also we get the same output, that is 22,93,516. If I say build and run, it displays 22,93,516. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I am going to delete this line of code. Let's proceed further and get more information. Ampersand array name is implicitly a pointer to the whole array, guys. That is, if we say ampersand array name, it returns beginning address of the whole array. Here beginning address of the whole array is also 22,93,516, guys. I go to code block. I'm going to copy this line of code and paste down. Here I say ampersand numbers. I'm saying ampersand and then I'm writing the array name. Now also we get 22,93,516. If I say build and run, you see that we got 22,93,516. You can see that numbers is also displaying the same value. Ampersand numbers is also displaying the same value. There is definitely a difference in between writing numbers and ampersand numbers, guys. We are going to understand the exact difference between numbers and writing ampersand numbers when we come to the pointers topic, guys. We will see a demo example and we see what is the exact difference between writing the array name and writing the address and array name. At present, you just need to remember that array name is implicitly a pointer to the first element in the array, and ampersand array name is implicitly pointer to the whole array, guys. So you should remember that array name is pointer to the first element in the array, whereas ampersand array name is implicitly pointer to the whole array, guys. Okay, we can display values inside each memory location, guys. Let's understand how do we get a value of an array element. We can get a value of an array element by its index, guys. The syntax is we write the array name, in pair of square brackets we write the index. For example, if we say printf %d \n, numbers of 0, definitely we'll get the garbage integer value, guys. I go back to code block. I'm going to comment these two lines of codes and then I say here printf, in double quotations I say %d \n, comma, I say display the value of numbers of 0, semicolon. I'm going to copy this line of code and paste down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I say display the value of numbers of 1, numbers of 2, numbers of 3 and numbers of 4. If I say build and run, we see some garbage integer values displayed, right? We got some garbage integer values displayed. We know that having a garbage value inside a variable or an array is a bad practice. I told you that initializing a variable or an array or a constant while declaring itself is one of the good practice, guys. Understand? So let's understand how do we declare as well as initialize a one-dimensional array. The syntax is we write the data type space, we write the array name, then in pair of square brackets we write the size equal to, in pair of flower brackets we write list of values separated by comma, guys. For example, int numbers of 5 equal to, in pair of flower brackets I am saying here 5 zeros separated by comma. I go to code block, here I say equal to, in pair of flower brackets I say 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. You can see that while declaring the array itself I am initializing with values 0. If I say build and run, now we see 0 0 0 0 0 displayed. This time what happened when this line of code is executed? Of course, computer went to its memory. It has allocated a memory block containing 5 memory locations, guys, and each memory location has the index. First memory location has the index 0, next memory location has the index 1, next memory location has index 2, next memory location has index 3, next memory location has index 4, and each memory location has some address. First memory location has the address #1, next memory location has the address #5, next memory location has the address #9, next memory location has the address #13, next memory location has the address #17. Instead of having garbage value, this time what happens? Each memory location is filled with the given default value, that is 0 0 0 0 and 0, guys. That's what happens when this line of code is executed. And when we display values inside each memory location, we get the output saying 0 0 0 0 0. Instead of assigning with zeros, you can assign with some other values, guys. You can initialize with 10, 20, 30, 40. That depends upon the requirement of the application. Understanding? Now we understood how do we declare a one-dimensional array and what happens inside the memory. We understood how do we declare and initialize a one-dimensional array, what happens inside the memory, and how do we get values of each element in the array. Let's proceed further and get more information. Next we understand how do we set new value to an array element. That is, how do we change the value inside an array element. We can set a new value to an array element using assignment operator, guys. The syntax is we write the array name, in pair of square brackets we write the index of the element, and we say equal to, then we say new value semicolon. For example, I say numbers of 0 equal to 10. That means numbers of 0 must be 10. I go to code block. What I do here, I use one printf statement. In double quotations I say \n semicolon. I am adding one blank line, and then I say numbers of 0 must be equal to 10. I am going to copy this line of code and paste down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Numbers of 1 should be 20, numbers of 2 should be 30, numbers of 3 should be 40, numbers of 4 should be 50. What happens when these lines of codes are executed? Of course, computer goes to its memory, it sets numbers of 0 to 10, numbers of 1 to 20, numbers of 2 to 30, numbers of 3 to 40, numbers of 4 to 50, and we can display value inside each memory location using printf statement. I'm going to copy these lines of codes and paste down. If I say build and run, it displays 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Before executing these lines of codes, we got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. After executing these lines of codes, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that's how you change the value inside an array element, guys. I close it. That's it, guys, for this video tutorial. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, understand everything clearly. Try the code yourself, experiment with more examples. In the upcoming video tutorials, we are going to discuss more about arrays. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.